Hello Aquarius, welcome to your January 2021 reading. This is the Guidance Corner. My name's Christelle. Thank you so much for being here. So before we go into the reading, I've been called with this letting go deck of cards. They're going to be the final messages for your reading, but as I was shuffling, I did Capricorn just before you, Aquarius. I got the feeling that I needed to look at the after shuffling and you know, tapping into your energy. When I put the cards down, I felt like I needed to look at this image because it has a message for you. And so with this one here for you, Aquarius, I feel like there's a little bit of here I am, but it's tentative. It's almost like I feel like she had almost like this plant leaf in front of her face, and she's gently drawing her hand away as if to reveal an aspect of herself. It doesn't matter, I mean, it's a female on the card, but male or female, it doesn't matter. And there's a sense that, oh, excuse me, there's a sense that you're releasing or you're revealing, thank you Spirit, a really beautiful, I'm seeing with these flowers because I'm almost feeling that they were hidden before, but there's this beautiful gentle side to yourself that you're a little bit afraid of revealing, a little bit afraid of what people might think. There's a sense here that you're allowing your true essence to shine through. And there's quite a lot of darkness in the cards, and these dark cards are not, I mean, on some of them they are, but you know, most of them are quite bright. But here I'm feeling like there's almost like this aspect of yourself was dormant for quite a while. And I think it might even be new to you, Aquarius. It feels new, it feels fresh, and it feels really authentic. Look at the way she's looking directly at you as if to say, here I am. This is who I am. So I really like that. So we're going to keep that there because more messages might come through. So let's welcome Spirit in. Thank you so much, Aquarius, for being here with me today. Oh my goodness, January 2026. I mean, I'm filming these in December, but I'm tapping into the energies of January and I'm already feeling a bit giddy, a little bit excited. And Spirit's asked me to put that one aside because that was the first one that fell out. So they want that one to be first. So as usual, we're just taking the cards that want to come and just going from there. Okay, Spirit, how are we going to do it? Let's start with this one. Following through. Am I taking them like that? Thank you, Spirit. How am I taking these ones? And the top ones that fell out. And then am I spinning them? No, I'm taking them like this. Thank you. And then we've got, oh, was I supposed to spin them? No. Okay. Okay, perfect. So let's get ourselves organised. I'll see if I can keep a bit of the decor there. If not, we'll just move it out of the way. So Aquarius, how have you been? How's December been? Navigating your way? It's been a bit tough, hasn't it? I think these are going to all fit beautifully. So how was I doing these? Like this, like this. Okay. So, Aquarius. Now, I have the feeling, Aquarius, I'm not sure if I called you Cancer just a moment ago, but I had the word Cancer just pop into my brain. So I'm like, oh, did I say Cancer just moments ago when I was saying, how are you going? And if I didn't, there's something about Cancer, which I haven't done the reading for yet. There is the Chariot here, which is the Cancer card, which is really interesting. But yeah, I don't know why that's popped in, unless I did say Cancer instead of Aquarius. I'm not sure, but Cancer's popped into your reading. So if you're drawn, go and have a listen to that reading as well, which is interesting because I haven't done it yet. It'll be interesting when I do the Cancer reading if they get linked back to yours. Okay, so let's get started. We've got the Four of Pentacles. We have the World, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Chariot, we have the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Two of Wands. We have number 1 with rest and review your path. We're working a 1 year this year. 2026 is a 1 year. Look at this, and then we've got the 26. Discover yourself anew, look inside and rise. We've got number 16, heal your masculine aspect. Evaluate, determine and act. And we've got 21, release inattention, move with fluidity. Isn't that interesting? And look at these two colors, and then these are completely different. Assess what is and isn't working in your life. Look inside and rise. Do you know, it's a little bit of this energy here. There was almost like this sense of revealing. Okay, let's go in. Where are we starting, Spirit? We're starting at the beginning, at the top. So you've got the Four of Pentacles, and Spirit is telling me, Aquarius, that you're starting January, you're finishing December and starting January a little bit fixed, a little bit, and you are a fixed sign, okay, so we can be cardinal, mutable or fixed. You are a fixed sign, but this feels a little bit stubborn to me, Aquarius. It feels like you're starting the year thinking, no, I'm holding on. I've got a good thing here, and there's a sense that you can feel it slipping away, but you're doing your best to hold on to it. And I feel that that's because there's a sense of you that you haven't quite tapped into yet. And I think that's what the Oracle are kind of talking about. So we're going to jump directly from the Tarot to from the Four of Pentacles to the Oracles, because they're very, very linked. But don't be thank you, Spirit. Spirit's saying to me, don't worry too much about this energy. This energy is going to feel a bit heavy. It is going to make you think, ugh, the energies of last year have dragged into this year, and you're feeling a little bit like, oh, here we go again. And there's a sense that you might almost be feeling like, oh, is 26 going to be a repeat of 25? And this is a general reading, so some of you might also be feeling that you almost want to hold on to 2025. So this could be an energy that you don't want, or it could be an energy that you're trying to hold on to. Either way, there's almost like a lack of acceptance here. Like I said, a little bit of stubborn energy, a little bit of a fixed energy, a little bit of a, I I don't want to see this. I don't want to experience this. I don't want to be here. Yet at the same time, it's almost like you're not quite ready to step through the portals or to find yourself even. So there's a sense here with this, and this card is showing that you will, but maybe with this Four of Pentacles, not just yet. You will really reveal, thank you Spirit, you will reveal that deeply inner you. But you're going to need to tap into it first. This revealing, this card here is almost, it's there to say, look, this is what's just below the surface. Are you going to go and seek it out? You can feel that it's there. You know, Aquarius, that it's there. But are you going to give yourself the time, the head space, the physical space to do that? And a lot of your cards are saying, maybe not. Yet your Two of Wands at the end is telling me that you do. You will. There's a lot of avoidance here. But I'm not sure why. So being a general reading, Aquarius, I do suggest if you take a moment even to just pick up a pen and a paper and just journal a little bit. Is there resistance? Is there avoidance? Is there... Because I get the feeling for some of you it's glaringly obvious. You see it. You can't not see it. Yeah, you almost want to, like he's got his head tucked down, and there's a sense that you almost want to, you know, I get that thing of, you know, putting your fingers in your ear and la 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 la, I'm not going to hear it. I'm not going to see it. Why? Why, Aquarius? There must be something in that. There must be something that is making you want to avoid it. You know, kind of looking down, this is what I've got, this is where I'm at, this is who I'm at, and I'm just going to not look at everything. Can you see? It feels very closed off. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit just said to me, that energy can be so useful with what you're going through at the moment. Now that kind of closed off energy, I was going to say to Spirit, is there another way to say that? They said, no, keep using that, even though it does feel negative, doesn't it? When we're closed off, it means we're blocking things. But Spirit's saying keep using it. So this energy of being closed off, Spirit's actually saying it can block you from accessing what you need to in order to find your authenticity. And it's not to say that you've been operating without authenticity, but that has now changed. We've all been going through this. You're no different, Aquarius. We've all been going through it differently, and different times with different energies and different understandings, but we've all been doing this. 2025 has been a year of shedding. But why do we shed? We shed to reveal what's underneath, to reveal our truth, who we are now in this moment. So Spirit's saying, being closed off, if you're closed off to what is being revealed to you, if you're closed off to the changes that you feel within you, and that will hinder you in moving forward. But if you're closed off to the noise of the world, to the expectations of others, to the expectations you may have held for yourself, then you're going to be able to walk through the world portal. And I think I just got into another can of worms, you know, that we need to unpack. And I think maybe you sense that, and maybe that's why you're thinking, Aquarius, no, I don't think so. I've just done a whole bunch of work. I'm not ready to go through a portal that's going to demand all of this from me. But you will be given glimpses of this Two of Wands, of having the world lay before you, and you kind of say, oh my gosh, it's all here for me. You don't want it all, Aquarius. We don't. When we become aligned and authentic, we don't want it all. We know exactly what's for us. And there's a sense that that's what you're coming into discovering. What's for you, innately for you. Not because of who you thought you were or because of the expectations of others, but really who you are at the very essence of yourself. I used the word essence in Capricorn's reading as well, and it's a word, every time I say it, I kind of think, oh, spirit essence, our true essence. I feel like that's going to be this word for us for 2026. Coming back into our essence, our natural state, elevated, concentrated, unapologetic, not dimmed in any way. So as I promised, we're going to come down to the oracle because I think that explains this energy quite well, and probably even the world and the Two of Wands. I look at how you've got the world above the Two of Wands, and he has the world in his hand. You're no longer going to see the world as something separate from you. The world is within you. Everything's within your grasp. Thank you, Spirit. What we want is always within our grasp as long as it's aligned with who we are. And our problem is that because of our life experiences, choices that we've made out of fear or out of wanting to look good or striving to be successful in whatever way we think that should look like, leads us off our authentic path. And sometimes in order to do that, thank you, Spirit, more often than not, in order to do that, we have to wear masks. We have to step into the world and not as our authentic self. And so then what we want is not in alignment. What we chase is not in alignment. And then we wonder why we don't get what we want. Or sometimes we get it, but then it doesn't hold anything for us. We don't feel a sense of achievement. We kind of feel like, oh yeah, well, oh, it's not what I was expecting. And so there's a feeling of letdown. But when we fully understand who we are and what we are trying to do and what we want to do, what we need, but deep within us, not because of our fears, not because of trying to impress others or show others or anything like that. It's not got to do anything with anything outside of ourselves. It's all got to do with ourself, our true self. And that's when everything aligns. And this is the alignment you are coming into. Major Arcana. This is the part that Spirit plays in co-creating reality with us. And the Two of Wands with the World card in it, this is the part that you are playing. So there's this sense here, Aquarius, you are coming into alignment with your higher self and actually able to manifest that in the real physical 3D world. So let's have a look at these oracles. So we have 1 and we have 26. So this is your year. Okay, so 2026, and look at that, that's almost January 2026. Isn't that incredible? And remember, all of 2026 is a numerology 1 year, universal 1 year. So we have rest and review your path, access what is and isn't working in your life. Now, I just want to take a moment with this card because this is the energies that I'm getting for 2026. And I think I said that in my previous video where I was talking about how I've changed and how my work is going to change. And I was saying 2026, this 1 year, is the foundation. Okay, so we're not building the house yet, we're building the foundation. We're right at the very beginning. So there's a little bit of trial and error. You know, the way I see it is a lot of us are going to build a very small foundation, tentative. And then we're going to be like, hang on a minute, I can expand on that. Let's make the footprint bigger. Let's make it thicker and more solid. You know, I'm thinking of laying the concrete for our foundations, the way we do for a house. But I feel like we're going to grow on it. We're going to expand on it. So next year, 1 year is a very masculine year. So it's doing, but it's not doing in a frenzy that we get to the end and go, oh my gosh, I have built totally off my path. It's building, then you have a little rest, and while you're resting, you look at it. You go, okay then. And there'll be little nudges in you that'll go, well, are you playing safe? Are you playing small? Have you started to dim your light again, or are you shining it brightly? And we'll be assessing, you will be assessing, Aquarius, what is and isn't working in your life. So this is going to be all throughout the year, and so is this. Discover yourself anew. Look inside and rise, because every time you do something on your path, Aquarius, you'll discover yourself anew. This is you at every stage, revealing yourself. This card, I mean, you can't make these things up. That was the message that I shuffle these as I tune in to your energy, and I make sure not to look at them because, you know, Spirit said we're going to use the top card, so I don't want to be influenced. So I don't look at the cards when I shuffle. I just tap into your energy. I tap into January. I tap into your energy, how it fits with the energies in the world. How can you function better in 2026, in January 2026? What do you need to watch out for? And for you, it's just steadily taking a step, taking 2 steps, and then stopping a moment to review your path, which then you discover yourself anew. And it's almost, this card has more light in it than this one. So every time you discover yourself anew, you shine your light brighter. You reveal a more authentic aspect or side of yourself. look inside and rise. And that's what you're going to be doing. And not like with the numbers on these cards, I swear, Aquarius, my goodness, you know, but it's a big theme in January 2026. But then we can also look at the one as 2026 is a universal 1 year in numerology. So it's going to be like this all year. All year. And then what is going to help you? I think, Aquarius, thank you, Spirit. Aquarius, I was going to say I think, but no, Spirit said no. So Aquarius, the message that is coming through is keep coming back to this January reading. Keep coming back to it. This is almost like, I mean, some aspects might be more just for January, but I feel like that this is almost like an overview of your year next year. Now, I didn't do a yearly reading for the signs. I really wanted to do a yearly reading for each sign 2026. And Spirit said there's no point, because everybody is going to be discovering themselves as they put their foot forward. And so if I did a yearly one, it would, by the time we hit the end of January, by the time we hit February, or whenever it would absolutely be just not viable anymore. But for you, Aquarius, I feel, and by what Spirit's saying, come back to it, keep coming back to it, I feel like this is almost like this energy is going to play out throughout the year. So keep coming back, keep reminding yourself. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit's just said to me, I'm going to hold these two cards, and I'll try not to get my hands on them so you can crop them, but I'm going to hold them up as clearly as I can and get the words really clear, and take a snapshot of them, because these cards are really going to be your cards of 2026 for the whole year. Okay, so if you didn't get it, if I didn't hold that up long enough, just pause, come back, pause the video, take a snapshot, because put it on your desktop, put it as a screensaver or something like that, but keep coming back to it. Keep coming back to it. Sorry, these went around this way. And then we've got heal your masculine aspect, evaluate, determine, and act. Definitely one is an acting year. And then we've got release inattention, move with fluidity. This is what you are going to be releasing. This is inattention. This is not fluid. This is stagnant. This is trying to hold on at all costs. And Aquarius, Spirit's saying, the universe is saying, your higher self is saying, no, not anymore. No more. And I think the reason why you have this heal your masculine energy, and regardless of whether you're a female or a male, it really doesn't matter. This is we all have a masculine and feminine energy within us, and we need both of them in order to be balanced, okay, in order to be aligned. And I think this heal your masculine aspect is because the masculine aspect of ourself is what makes us act. The feminine aspect of ourself is what helps us take a step back and review and assess what isn't working. It also enables us to pause, to allow what's coming to come in. Masculine energy pushes things out into the world. Masculine energy is what the feminine energy almost gets the download of creativity, and the masculine energy puts it out into the world. Now, a out of balanced masculine energy just wants to do. But then that's like you just pushing, always pushing out into the world, always doing. But when we do that, one, we lose ourselves in it. We often don't evaluate our past, so we can find ourselves going off really on a tangent of misalignment, and we lose ourselves in it. We just get into the doing, so that spark of creativity doesn't have time to come in. It's almost like we're on a roll and we're just going to roll with it without any clarity behind it. And I think that causes a lot of tension. That causes a lot of fixed ideas. Thank you, Spirit. I was looking for the word earlier. It's just come through. It causes a lot of rigidness. Okay, this is rigid. This is unyielding. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful words to describe this. Rigid and unyielding. And you can't be. Because a healed masculine energy is not unyielding. It can pause and allow the feminine energy to come in. Stop, pause, take a look, realign, reevaluate. Get those downloads, get those creative juices flowing again, and then go back out. Create, do. And I love how here it says evaluate, determine, and act. Act is last. So there's a big sense here that you will be healing that masculine aspect of yourself. And for some of you, it could be the other way. It could be that it's dormant and you really need to come back out into the world. You know, that masculine energy is what makes us speak up in the world. It's what makes us create these YouTube channels or books or go for that job that we really want. That's the masculine energy. It's the drive. It's the action. And there's a sense here that releasing attention, move with fluidity, that's almost the feminine energy. Move with, the feminine energy feels very fluid. It allows things to come in. And when you balance the two, there will be a massive release of tension. This Four of Pentacles dissipates, it disappears. In this aligned energy, you don't need to hold on to anything because you realize that for what is going, Aquarius, you need the space. For some of you, you need the head space. You need the emotional space. And you need the passion. You need the purpose, space for that passion and purpose to flourish. If you're boxing yourself in, that can't burst forward. Because your higher self is pushing you to create. It's pushing you to go through this portal to your next life. It's that the door is open. Yes, you have to look at an aspect. Thank you. I was going to say you have to look at an aspect of yourself that you weren't aware of. But Spirit said it's not even that. you tapping into who you have become now. But it takes us time to look at, see who that is. Because some of the aspects of ourselves that we push away are the very aspects of ourselves that we need. But for whatever reason we feel they're too much, or we're not enough. You know, and I was journaling just literally a couple of days ago, and you know, I on my video had my red lipstick on, and I was thinking, oh, you know what, I felt like I was too much, you know, the red lipstick and my personality, and I allow myself to speak with emotion, and I allow myself to get carried away with the energies in a very authentic way. It's me, it's who I am. And I felt like, oh, that's too much. And people will be put off by it. So over time, I don't even remember when I decided that. But over time, I dimmed my light, and I dimmed my colors. I dimmed my vibrancy and my joy. And yet, interestingly enough, at the same time, I also had doubts that I was enough. So, you know, as I was journaling, this came up, and I thought, my goodness, talk about putting ourselves between a rock and a hard place. And I feel this is coming out in your reading, Aquarius, because I feel that maybe you're feeling like this as well. There might be some aspects of you that don't feel enough. There might be some aspects of yourself that feel too much, and so you're tying yourself up. You're putting limits on yourself. So we feel too much in one aspect, and we feel like we're not enough. So we're left with emptiness. We're left with, well, how do we move forward if we're both? Because they're almost contrasting energies, aren't they? They're almost opposite energies. So some of you might be going through that. And I think the thing is that when our first thought is that we are too much and we dim that light, then we feel that we're not enough. And I'll probably do a discussion on this, because I think a lot of us are actually going through this at the moment. A lot of us have been going through that feeling of not being enough. And when we realize that in actual fact it probably started from thinking we were too much, and we dialed that back, we dulled ourselves. And when we dull ourselves, we close our life off, our vibrancy off, then of course we become not enough, because we've shut down the very essence of ourselves. The Chariot. I mentioned Cancer earlier. It'll be interesting to see if Cancer's reading ties in at all with this. If I mention you in Cancer's reading, I'll probably do that in the next couple of days. But this is your alignment. This is your alignment where your masculine and your feminine are balanced. This is your alignment of doing and then stopping and pausing and reviewing, making sure you're not racing into burnout. Because these energies here, 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 7 of Wands, is very much a sense of, this is what happens when we dim ourselves. This is what happens when we close ourselves off. When we become rigid in our way of believing that this is how we have to act in the world. suddenly this Seven of Cups is making decisions, being able to choose. It's also illusions and confusion. So when we're in alignment, this Seven of Cups shows us that we have opportunities galore. There are so many opportunities out there, but we are better able to discern which ones are for us. So we're not confused by them, we're not bamboozled, we're not overwhelmed. Thank you, Spirit, that's a beautiful word. We also don't want it all. And we also don't feel that, okay, yes, I can see all these opportunities, but I don't know how to get any of them, so they're lost to me. No, not only do we see all the opportunities, but we know exactly how to move forward on them. And maybe not exactly, because remember, this is assess what is and isn't working in your life. So there's a sense of doing and then stepping back and seeing what has worked. Trial and error. 2026 is going to be a year of trial and error. But we have to try before we know something's good or, yeah, no, it needs some tweaking. Coming into alignment, this Eight of Swords, which I'm really seeing, this Eight of Swords, Five of Cups, I'm really seeing in your reading, Aquarius, as not enough and lacking, you know, being maybe too much, but feeling like you don't have enough. Sorry, I said that around the other way. Thank you, Spirit. This is feeling too much, so locking yourself down. And this is lack, feeling like you don't have enough. Thank you, Spirit. I got that so around the wrong way, didn't I? Thank you, Aquarius. And there's a sense here that that's no longer. It's just energy that's not going to stick anymore. It's broken because you're seeing aspects of yourself that you've never had before. You're in this alignment. This energy, Nine of Cups, Four of Pentacles, is very different. This energy here is this energy here. Rest and review your path. Nine of Cups. He knows he doesn't have the Ten of Cups yet. He's sitting on a hard stool. He's not too comfortable because he knows he can't rest on his laurels. There's still more work to be done, but he's going to sit here for a bit because he's done all this and he's evaluating. How do I feel? Who am I now? How does that sit with me? How do I move forward now from this present moment, this present self that has revealed itself? This is reflective. This is very stubborn. And with this Seven of Wands, you're going to pick your battles. You're not going to fight for all these opportunities. You're not going to defend everything in your life because what you see as not working anymore, you're going to allow it to just fall away. You're not going to stand there and go, no, I worked super hard for this. I'm keeping it at all costs, because you know all costs doesn't serve you. It doesn't help you. And so you're letting all that go because you've got new dreams, big new dreams that are calling your attention and that you are going to go towards. I love how this Four of Pentacles turns to this Six of Cups. It needed to. It needed to. But you are coming into so much alignment. You've got the World and the Two of Cups showing alignment. Alignment with your higher self and with you, like your physical self. You've got the Chariot, which for me is all about that balance and alignment. You've got heal your masculine and release inner tension, move into fluidity, which I'm seeing is very feminine. So you've got this you're balancing this masculine, feminine energy. And then you've got this balance between you doing on your path and then discovering who you are at every step of that path. This reading, Aquarius, is magnificent. And I think that your reading, I think I'm going to actually be saying to a lot of the other signs, go and listen to Aquarius, because after you've done like the work that you needed to do for your, you know, that reading that I'm doing for them, this is what's going to come of it. Actually, they fell out this way, but Spirit said to me, put it this way. Look at this. This, she's painting. So this is her path. Okay? Because the path doesn't have to be about work. It doesn't have to be about our jobs and our businesses and things like that. It can be about our hobbies. It can be about where we live and who we live with. And, you know, our whole world kind of thing is our path. Everything that makes up ourself and our life is our path. So I feel here she's working on her path. And here she's coming back to herself. How does she feel? Beautiful, beautiful energy. I feel this is so much doing and this is being. Putting out into the world and waiting to see what you receive. There's almost like all these squiggles here, little dots or stars. It's almost like she's getting downloads. We couldn't know paradise if flowers refused to release their fragrance. Give your gifts freely. You know, that's not this energy. That's this energy. Evaluating, seeing, okay, I've done all this. It's been so fulfilling because our cups are fulfilling. But now let me come back into alignment, back into myself. Let me rediscover myself and get these downloads, this new creativity, so I can put it out into the world. And then we've got, oh, sorry, that one was that. So that was that. You know, put your gifts out into the world, Aquarius. And watch your life bloom. Thank you, Spirit. That's beautiful. And then we've got, accept you don't lack for anything. The whole world belongs to you. My goodness, Aquarius, I can't make this up. It's like, don't accept you don't lack for anything. Five of Cups is the lack card. The whole world belongs to you. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Oh my goodness, Aquarius, beautiful, beautiful reading. I'm going to leave it there. Please, my friends, remember to like, share and subscribe. Take very good care of yourself. Sending you so much love and light. See you next time. Bye-bye.